quick little break from mowing. It's Bank Holiday Monday, and it's a beauty. Look. We have a frog. This lot are enjoying it. And I've got onions coming out my ears. These are all ready to go out. And I've got more here as well. Some of those are a type that I've never tried before. I spent a bit of extra money and bought some heat treated ones, which shouldn't bolt, apparently. There's a load more. These are a bit further ahead. And they're shallots. Also, they can go out if they want to, you know. These tubs have got first early potatoes in. I think they're Foremost is the variety. I've still got a few more to put in there. They've got lovely chits on them. That's exactly the sort of thing you're looking for. Stout little sturdy chits. Just a few more there. Waiting to still go in a tub. I've lost half a roof panel, look, in the tomato shelter. I thought I got away with them storms, but I was putting some hay bales in there the other day to keep them dry, and I looked up. It's alright though. There's 3 sheets here. 1, 2, 3. It's that middle one I've got to replace. And looking at it, yeah, that's 1/2 inch thick. Whatever thickness it is, really, doesn't matter too much, because I've got quite a variety of that polycarbonate laying around. There you go, look, that one there looks like it's 1/2 inch. In fact it is, yeah, it's even got that's exactly the same batch of polycarbonate that I built that out of that I built that out of in the first place. So brilliant. I'm not going to do that today, but that's ready to go as and when my tomatoes are. I'm pleased to see that robin has been making use of my broken window and sheltering in the shed. He's crapped on my bottle of Applejack, look. That was all a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's just taken me 5 hours to mow both plots and the bit out the front of my plot where I parked my car, because the grass was so long. Even, here you are, I'll show you. Even that Briggs & Stratton engined beast of a mower was actually struggling to cut it. It was like halfway up my shins. Took a long time because it kept clogging up, and when the grass is that long, even if it's not rained for a few days, once you get down to the bottom of the grass it is still damp, and it's done a rough job, look. Basically I've just hacked it. I've hacked it to an acceptable level, but it was desperately needed doing. And this one over here as well. I actually ran out of bloody petrol. Didn't quite finish this one. But, this also, it was just so thick. It's because I haven't been able to get up here because of the car situation, which hopefully is going to get rectified this week. All nicely done. And then I ran out of petrol. Just here. See, that's all done. It's this bit. Never mind. That's in the shade a lot of the day, so it should be alright. Talking of petrol, I filled up the can on the way here, and I'm not a believer in that new stuff, E10. I'm not going to use it in my 27-year-old car, not in that old engine, and I think everybody's pretty unanimously agreed that you don't use it in lawnmowers or chainsaws or strimmers or anything like that. So I've been putting in the expensive stuff. And today, first time I've bought any petrol in a while. When I'm buying diesel for the van, it's on the company card, so I don't even bother looking at the price. But that just cost me £10.70 to fill up, and I've used all of it on 2 plots. But speaking to my neighbour Bob, who's just over there, he's retired, but he's got a little kind of he's got a little business on the go where he services and repairs old mowers, like ride-on mowers and petrol mowers and stuff. So he knows his stuff. And he was telling me, don't worry about spending so much money on the E5. That was about £1.90 a litre. He gets these little bottles of additive direct from Briggs and Stratton, who made that engine. He gets these little £1.50 bottles of additive. Now, one little bottle will treat 2 gallons, so 2 of those for £1.50, and it enables you to use the cheap nasty stuff without it turning to water in your tank. Anyway, I am well done in now, so this lot's just going to have to wait. It's all fine. It's Monday today. I've got next weekend free, so I'll come up next weekend and we'll get all the onions in the ground. Get the rest of those potatoes into buckets, like these ones. I'm going to consider it successional planting. I'm not being lazy. I'm extending my harvest period. And of course these ones here. We'll get those in next weekend too. I need a lift. I don't think there's a signal. Hello, yeah, oh, I'm done in. Any chance of a lift? The gate's unlocked. I'll keep an eye out for the gate. I'll come down to the gate when you turn up. A signal and a lift. Here's a lovely oil patch that I created this morning. I started up the mower for the first time in, well, probably since about November. And when I started it, out of the exhaust there, it spluttered a load of engine oil all over the floor, all on the grass there, all over my boots, although it's probably just nourished them quite nicely. And that confused me a bit, and obviously after it did that, it smoked like hell for about 5 minutes. Now, Bob, next door over there, while we were on the subject of mowers, I mentioned this to him, and the first thing he said to me was, have you tipped it up? I said, well, yeah, I store it upright like that, leant against the wall in the shed. And he said, I'm amazed it even started. Apparently, I didn't know this, God knows how it's gone years without me ever knowing this. Apparently with petrol mowers, if you store them tilted upright, leant against the wall, all the engine oil, it will leak into the exhaust, and it will leak into the carburettor. Now luckily, I didn't get it in the carburettor. Apparently when that happens, well, I can well see how, when that happens you just can't start the thing. But it had all filled up into the exhaust, and when I started it, it blew it all over the place. So lesson learnt, handy tip, I was very pleased to learn that today. Don't store it upright, and be careful when I'm tipping it over to unclog it. Don't tip it onto the carburettor side, tip it onto the exhaust side. Brilliant tip there from Bob.